Kahalala Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Waha Raha Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, and teachers, the men of great millstone. To you I say shalom. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. It's your brother Amraya. Let's get into it. I have here an article from abcnews.go.com. Title of the article says Governor Newsom passed an executive order on homeless encampments. Here's what it means. And caption here says California Governor Gavin Newsom has issued an executive order directing state agencies to move urgently to address dangerous homeless encampments and clear them from state land while giving local governments the authority to do the same. Goes on to say the same thing. I'm going to skip down a little bit. I'll pick it up here. The executive order directs state agencies to remove homeless encampments from the state land. That includes state parks and beaches, agency buildings and highways, and the areas beneath them. In Los Angeles, one of the largest homeless encampments can be found under the 105 freeway, which is maintained by the California Department of Transportation known as Caltrans. It orders the agency to act soon and follow the lead of the transportation agency, which has removed 11,188 encampments and more than 248,000 cubic yards of debris from these encampments along the state rights of way, mostly freeways and highways, since July 2021. Caltrans policies include determining first if there is an imminent threat to life, health, safety, or infrastructure that requires removal of a homeless encampment. Authorities must give at least 48 hours notice before they clear a site and request outreach services for people living in the encampment. The order says people also must be allowed to store their personal belongings for at least 60 days. The order also orders the California Interagency Council of Homelessness to provide guidance for local governments to follow in implementing their own homelessness programs. What does this mean for major cities? City and county officials are not legally bound to follow the executive order, though it says they are encouraged to adopt the same policies. In the past, Newsom has threatened to withhold $1 billion from local governments if they don't make progress in addressing the issue. Okay, and you can read the rest of this yourself. I'm not going to read this entire article. You can find the article titled Governor Newsom Passed a New Executive Order on Homelessness Encampments, abcnews.go.com. But the so-called self-proclaimed white man, the biblical nation of Esau, Edom, Mount Seir, Idumea, is further afflicting the people. After weakening the dollar, bringing in hyperinflation to the point of these people cannot even afford a roof over their heads. They painted them into a corner and now they're putting the squeeze on. You can't even be on the beach, any of the state parks, which is ludicrous because taxpayer money paid for all of it. And no doubt a lot of those people in those encampments who have lost their jobs, who are destitute, their taxes went to, providing some of these services. And now their taxpayer dollars are turned on against them, while migrants can come in and just get free room and board, food, money, transportation. Do you see the unrighteousness in these decrees, man? Do you see how the so-called self-proclaimed white man rules the world? As Job 9:24 says, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. These are wicked people ruling over the people, ruling over us in America, Babylon the Great. I'm not going to make this too long. Let's grab a few scriptures and leave it at that. All right. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1, it says, Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right. Woe means destruction, and woe unto them that pass unrighteous laws, okay, and mandates, that right grievousness which they have prescripted to afflict the people. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. And his people are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, okay? That widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. Verse 3, and what will ye do in the day of visitation and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Right? Okay. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If it's good for one, it's good for the flock, right? So you're doing all of these poor people. And I just have a hunch that it's a lot of Israelites getting caught up in this unrighteous decree, this unrighteous mandate, this law that they have passed to further afflict the people who have already lost their homes, their livelihoods, their dignity, pride. All of that stuff goes down the river, okay? And in the situation where you have to live in a homeless encampment or in your car trying to find a safe spot to sleep, this is a very grievous situation to be in. And Esau, Edom doesn't care. They caused this grievousness, okay? They're the ones that wrote these unrighteous decrees. They're the ones that have allowed hyperinflation in California to rule the land to the point where people can't even afford basic necessities, let alone a roof over their head, okay? And this is why this man is unfit for rulership, okay? And by this man, I mean the nation of Esau, Edom, Idumea, Mount Seir, okay? The so-called self-proclaimed white man. Because all he has done is run everything into the ground. They've polluted the air, the water, and the soil, and the people as well, okay? And now we're going to further watch this man afflict the poor and the needy of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, which are the real Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Scriptures, okay? It's time for this man to go down for all the wrong that he has been doing and getting away with, okay? Let's get a couple more scriptures, okay? All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil, right? And who are the sons of men? The heathens that roam about through the earth, man. Anyone who is not of the house of Israel. And that starts namely with the house of Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. But again, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, because the Lord has not pronounced judgment against their wicked deeds. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. And as we already know, the heart, the la'ab, translate to the mind, okay? So their minds are set fully to do evil. They want to horribly afflict the people, okay? Verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? Okay. And I'm going to end out on one more chapter. Okay. This is Psalms. Let's go to chapter 94. And I'll just read through it. Verse 1. O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to whom vengeance belongeth. O my power, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render a reward to the proud. Yahweh, how long shall the wicked triumph, right? How much longer do they get to pass these unrighteous decrees and mandates and afflict the poor in the world, man. Constantly keeping up a bunch of bloodshed and robbery, all right? Taking spoils that don't belong to them, all right? And that's really what this was about, man. They drove up the price so they could drive everyone out, man. And now what they want is perpetual slaves. So they push them into the corner and then they put the squeeze on them. You can't have homeless encampments. You can't sleep under the highway. You can't sleep in the parks or on the beach, which, if we're being honest, it's free land, okay? The government took control of it with your tax-paying money, and now they're evicting you off of the land your taxes paid for. It's, man, it's just, Babylon the Great is wicked as it gets, bro. Anyways, uh, verse 4, how long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? They break in pieces thy people, O Yahweh, and afflict thine heritage. Right. They're constantly fucking with us. They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the power of Jacob regard it. Right. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, their hearts are fully set to do evil, man. Fully set. Verse 8, understand ye brutish, you brutish among the people, and ye fools, when will ye be wise? He that planted the ear, shall he not hear? He that formeth the eye, shall he not see? Right. I mean, we're dealing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men. Okay? There's nothing that goes past his attention. There's nothing that has flown under the radar with him. Okay? And all your wicked deeds, trust me, he has them on record. He has the receipts. So when he does come to judge you, he will be spot on accurate in his judgment. And this is why the nation of Esau Edom will be going into slavery for 1,000 years with the other heathens. But after serving slavery, he will be wiped out as a bad memory. He will be no more, because the Lord is keeping those receipts for your judgment, and your latter end, you shall consider it. Okay? Verse 10, he that chastiseth the heathen, shall not he correct? He that teacheth man knowledge, shall not he know? Yahweh knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Yahweh, and teachest him out of thy law. Right? And these men are of the nation of Israel. Okay? The ones that have been chastised and disciplined and educated in the law of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. And you confusion of faces. Verse 13, that thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity, until the pit be digged for the wicked. For Yahweh will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. And this is what the so-called self-proclaimed white man was betting on, that Yahweh have cast off his people, that he have forgotten them. But in the lands of our captivities, it was prophesied that we would remember ourselves, repent from the wrongs that we have done, the elect of the nation of Israel, and return back unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And now he will remember us, okay? But he never did forget us. This was the punishment for the rebellion of the nation of Israel. As it says in Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 24, ye have been rebellious from the day that I knew you. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Now, verse 15, but judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Right. These governments, who employ wicked men to enforce these wicked, unrighteous decrees, to afflict the people more and more, take away the right from the poor of the people. Okay? Verse 17, Unless Yahweh had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Yahweh, held me up. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with you, which frameth mischief by a law? Question. This question being posed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is simply answered yes. The throne of iniquity, which is the throne of sin, has fellowship with the so-called self-proclaimed white man. Okay? Because he loves to keep up iniquity. He is immersed in bloodshed, murder, and robberies. All right? So, yes, the throne of iniquity has fellowship with thee, that which frameth mischief by a law. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But Yahweh is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall cut them off. Right. Your punishment has already been prophesied as well. Okay? So, keep doing wickedness as long as you can. Your days are numbered. And we already know that your time is about up. So you got to get it in while you can, you devil. Because there's going to come a point in time where the reckoning occurs. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to pronounce judgment. And that means you will be cut off. Hopefully this has been edifying. Call halal la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for this message. Till the next time, Israel. Shalom.